Good morning, afternoon, evening. Hello, welcome. It's Monday. It's Monday the 8th of September today. How are we all? Is everyone alright? I hope so, as per usual. I'm doing just fine, thank you. Today it's warm, which is odd, you know, considering it's September and considering how we didn't really have a summer, unless this is it. Yeah, it's a really nice day out, you know, got shorts on, the sun's out up there somewhere, there's a gentle breeze, it's really quite nice. Today I need to head into the high street. I've got money to pay in, because obviously now I've started teaching again, so I'm going to go and do that. Might get myself something from the supermarket. Then we're going to go home and work things out from there. You know, it's been a busy few days recently. The weekend just gone was very tired. It's been a very long time since I felt as tired as I did when I got home yesterday. So let me paint the picture for you. Friday, I was at work from 7 until I think I got home about 3 in the morning, 7 p.m, and I got home at 3 a.m. So how long is that? That's 8 hours. And then I got in and had about 4 hours sleep, because then I had to get up at about 7:30 to start my teaching thing again on Saturdays, and that was, as usual, 8 in the morning till 5 in the evening. Then I get home and I was at the pub Saturday night from 7 p.m, and again I think I still got home at about 3 in the morning. So I fell asleep and then woke up again at probably around 9 o'clock actually. At 9 o'clock to get back to the pub Sunday morning for a team meeting from 10 o'clock. Then I go home, get home at about 1 o'clock in the afternoon, to then go back to the pub for 6 in the evening to do a very busy shift. And then I got home around about midnight-ish. Friday and Saturday were very busy as well, much busier than we thought. So I slept in quite a long time this morning, a lot longer than what I normally do. You know, I think I've mentioned before, I'm not really a lay-in sort of person, but on this occasion I lay in. I think I got home about midnight, so I must have gone to bed at about 1 in the morning and woke up at around about 10:30. I mean, I woke up probably around 9:30 actually, but I just couldn't motivate myself to get out of bed. So then I fell back to sleep for an hour, which is unheard of for me. So it was a very busy weekend. Like I said, it's been a while since I felt that tired, but I feel alright now. So that's all that matters really. I think I said this last week, but I'm going to reiterate it. I wish I was in America to be able to vlog, because no one understands what it is around here. Everyone just gives you the weird old look, you know. No one knows what it is here in England. All the English vloggers are ones who just sort of sit in their bedrooms and talk to the cameras. No one kind of comes out and does this sort of thing that I'm aware of. But yeah, and that's a situation, because no one knows what this is. And then when I turn up and you know, I'm doing my vlogging out and about, no one knows what it is, and you get all these really weird looks. But in America, everyone's used to it. All the American vloggers are out there doing it out on the road like this, and they're all used to it over there as well. You know, pretty much every street in America's got a camera crew on it at some point or another doing some filming. just because people were more used to it here, so that you didn't get as many suspicious looks. You're going to get confused looks, but suspicious ones are the ones that annoy me here, because everyone thinks you're up to something. The good thing about it being September, especially the second week in September, means that all the schools have gone back, which means that there aren't any out and about in the way, which is delightful. Because I'm sure I've mentioned once or twice before, I have a problem with other people's children. Always annoying. Yeah, I'm sure there are some that are nice, but you know what I mean. You know, kids that I've gotten to know, family, stuff like that, they're alright. It's other people's that are annoying. So yeah, none of those are around. Although having said that, around these parts, secondary schools are pretty bad. Right, when I was in secondary school, okay, you had a school day that lasted from like 20 to 9 until 3, and that was the school day, and you weren't allowed out during that time. But now, I swear half the kids don't even go to secondary school. You know, you can go walking around, right? It's 12, you know, it's like 1:45 now, coming up to, which means it's lunchtime, okay? And chances are, when we get out onto the main road, there's going to be loads of kids from the local secondary schools, because they all sneak out, get their lunch, and then go, never mind, we're out now, and then don't go back, and they just get in the way. I never dreamed of doing that when I was in secondary school. The amount of trouble you'd have gotten in would have been astronomical. But now everyone's doing it. It's no wonder people are stupid, if this is what's going to happen. No one goes to school. So we'll have a nation of idiots, and that's the way it's going to be. It's a sad story, but that's for the future to worry about. My generation's smart. The ones after it, as long as you stay in school, you'll be fine. It's the ones who skive off. They're the ones to watch out for. And chances are they're the ones who are going to get put in power, and that every day will be declared a bank holiday. All sorts of weird stuff like that. There's a very sweeping statement, and don't take it seriously. It's not meant to be. Do you know what? It's really great living in a little town like this, and I'll tell you for why. Because you see people that you know. Like, you know, if you lived in the middle of London, you'd see so many people on the street, chances are you'd never see any of them again. And even if you did, you wouldn't recognise them. But I've seen no less than 5 people that I know today, and I've only been out for 20 minutes, if that. Oh, by the way, before they go, you see those giant trees? There's loads of giant trees. But the nearest giant tree, like, I'm trying to focus on it. So that small one in centre frame, that was planted when I was at that school. Year 3, I think it was. So, oh God, how long ago was that? Let's see. So, 14, maybe 15 years ago. But yeah, it's 5 people that I know today. Okay, I saw my old next door neighbour's mum, or my old next door neighbour, because we've had another old set. You know, my old next door neighbour's mum. Get off me! Sorry, it's a huge fly landed on my wrist. So there was that, and then there was the I saw a lady who I know for a fact works in the bank, and then there was my old cub leader when I was in the Scouts, saw him. Then I saw the old first aider from my primary school, which is next to us, that's what you can hear. And I then saw the a lady who used to work on the front desk at my old primary school. bonkers. The other thing about living in a small town is you notice all the changes and stuff. Like I walked past the chip shop that we have here, and you know, I must have walked past it about 2 weeks ago, and it was how it's always been. I walked past it today, it's completely rebranded. Mad. Absolutely mental. But there we go. That's why I like living in a small town. Just because you see people and you notice things. I have also since discovered that the old saying is true. You don't know how deep your pockets are until you put something in them. And that's true because this fits in my back pocket. It's quite a long object, but it fits snugly in, like with almost nothing hanging out the top of it. I didn't realise my back pocket was that deep. So, as you may or may not have noticed, depending on how good I've been with framing myself, I'm wearing my download t-shirt today. And that is of importance because when I went into the bank, I was chatting with the guy behind the desk. He asked me what year my shirt was from, and I completely froze up. I was like, I can't remember. I think it's last year's. I'm fairly sure, because I don't think I didn't go in 2012 because I was working at the Olympics. I think I must have gone in 2011 and 2013, and I think in 2012 I went to Minecon. I think that's how it divided itself up. I'm not sure. But anyway, he asked what year it was, and I kind of flustered a bit and went, I think it's last year's. And then we was just chatting about this year's download and this year's Sonosphere festivals, which is really cool because he didn't look like the kind of guy that would, that would have known about them, let alone been to them. He then said, I went to Sonosphere this year. I was like, wow, that's really cool. He said all the bands he wanted to see were on there. And I said, all the bands I wanted to see were kind of split across the two festivals, so I thought, you know what, I won't go. I can't choose between the two, and I certainly can't justify buying a ticket for both, so I'll give it a miss. Then we kind of we was talking about how when he went to Sonosphere, they were the Prodigy and Metallica were headlining, and he said how he wasn't too fussed about seeing the Prodigy, but while he was there, he did see them and was blown away. And I said I was exactly the same thing, because I went and saw Skindred at a festival. Which one was it? Probably would have been 2011's actually, because I don't remember filming it. So 2011? I'm fairly sure if it had been 2013's I would have filmed it, and I don't think I did. Yeah, I said I wasn't too fussed about seeing Skindred, but we got to the stage early to see someone else they were on, and it was a really good show. And then we started talking about Slipknot. Now I know that they were at whichever year this festival shirt was from, and he was saying how he's quite excited for them to start touring again. And I said, oh, that's a nasty chip on the windscreen. I didn't say that. I just walked past a car that had a nasty crack in the windscreen. And I said, yeah, I can't wait as well. They just announced a bunch of American tour dates, which is good for them. But we want them here, because I can't justify buying a plane ticket to fly to America and stay in a hotel to see Slipknot to then come back. No, hopefully we get some British dates soon, and it'll be really good to see, because, oh my god, the big wasp. Because there's a new album on the way. Everyone's really intrigued to see who their new drummer is, because their old one no longer plays with them. I think it's the diplomatic way of putting it, seeing as how no one really knows any information. So it'd be really cool to see, really interested. But I think we're a bit of a way off yet. I'd also quite like to see Baby Metal. Have you heard of them? They're really weird. But in a really good way. It's like they're a Japanese band fronted by 3 teenage girls. You can tell they're Japanese. Right, 3 teenage girls, and it's like the best way to describe the music is it's like someone's just kind of taken every sort of musical genre and pushed it into one album. Right, it's really bizarre, and it's got this really kind of poppy electro sound to it, but it's still pretty hardcore heavy metal as well. And do you know what? It works, and it's freaking catchy as hell. Trust me, it is, and I would recommend checking them out. I think anyone who kind of snobs their nose up at it hasn't given it a fair chance. I need to stop bumping into my driving instructor while I'm out on foot. He's going to think I don't drive after all that time you put in. Yeah, I need to bump into him on the road. No, that's a poor choice of phrase, but you know what I mean. You know, he needs to see me out and about so he knows that all that time didn't go to waste, as opposed to every encounter being me on foot and him then asking me how my driving's going, and then I say, yeah, it's going really well, believe it or not, because every time you meet me I'm walking. But you know, I can't justify driving into the high street, you know, for all of 10 minutes. You know, it's a 20-minute walk there. You know, it's not, I can't really justify doing that sort of journey. Having said that, because I keep my door key on a keychain and it's got my car key on it and my blood donation thing on it, my blood type. I did tell you my blood type, didn't I? If I didn't, A positive. A positive? Am I? Oh, I can't remember. Yeah, I think I'm A positive. Anyway. So yeah, I was taking my door key off of the keychain because it wouldn't really, jangle about and get annoying if I had everything in there. I was looking at my car key going, shall I drive? The pro of driving around, for me, is being able to drive a car, sitting in there on my own, listening to my music. It's a real pro for me. That's probably one of the best bits. That was what I was really looking forward to about driving around with my own music on. Because normally when I drive around, you know, someone's got the radio on. You know, if I was with mum and dad, it'd be the radio. And I have a huge problem with pop music and radio because of the stuff that they play. And it's not because they don't play hard rock and metal, okay? It's because pop music is... Do you know what? This is not an argument I want to get into because I haven't got enough time. I love driving around listening to my own music. That's a real pro for me. So I was kind of looking at my car going, actually that'd be a really nice way to spend a couple of minutes just driving into the high street with some blaring heavy rock, you know, because I'm not, but I might get to the point where I'm one of those douches who drives around with their windows open with their music blaring loud, you know, the kind of really hard electro stuff. You know, the kind of douches I mean. I'm turning into one of those guys, but I quite like it because it's something a bit different. You know, whereas normally people do drive around with their windows open with the sort of electro music on. It'd be really nice to drive past someone on the street and they go, what's that distant thudding noise that I can hear? And I roll past in my car with my window down and you've got, you know what I mean? Something a bit different. You know, a bit of a change. That's what's needed. I'm very warm. I didn't anticipate it to get this warm. I think most of the chocolatey stuff in my back pocket has melted. Straight in the fridge when we get in. Pretty much since I've got in, I've been drumming. And very warm. Obviously it was a warm day outside. And drumming is very, very good exercise. Wears you out very, 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 it wears you out a lot, especially when you play the sort of music that I play. I'm gonna have a shower now, a nice long cold shower to cool down and wash myself because I'm very hot and sweaty, as you can probably tell. I'll see you tomorrow, I presume, or at some point soon. Until then, bye-bye, I suppose. Got the floppy fringe because I didn't do anything with it today. I put a bit of hairspray in, but that came out very quickly earlier because I was still running my hand through my hair. I got very sweaty and the wind blew and all that sort of thing. Just before we go, I forgot to do the check that I normally do when I have a shower. Not when I have a shower, when I play drums and even after recording videos. My headphones, the sponge bit that sits over my ears, is the lining on that is kind of falling apart. And I'm not sure whether that's through long-term usage, because I've had those headphones for about 5 years now. You know, ever since I've started learning to play drums, I've had them. So those have been the only pair I've owned. Also, the drumming shoes I use are the only pair of drumming shoes I've ever owned as well. So they're lasting quite a while. In fact, actually, over there somewheres, underneath all of this stuff, you probably just see it. Those drumsticks just underneath there, yes, they are broken, but that's the first pair of drumsticks I ever had. So how about that? But yeah, the lining's kind of coming off and it gets stuck to my ears, especially when I sweat so much. So that's what that black stuff was on my ears. It's the headphone lining. Like I say, I'm not sure whether that's just through long-term usage or because it's falling apart because of the sweat. I don't know, but that's what that was. So worry ye not. Okay, that's all I have to say. Hooray for bed hair! I feel like I should just hairspray it and leave it like this today. Today, incidentally, is Thursday, the 11th of November. How are we all? I hope everyone is doing fine today. I'm pretty good, thank you. It's been a busy few days, really. Actually, no, it hasn't. That's a complete and total lie. Been hanging out with Jay, just going around doing things, all that sort of stuff. But actually, that's been pretty much it. I told a complete lie. It hasn't been very busy at all. But I emailed the company that's supposed to be giving me a job, and fingers crossed we should be hearing something very soon. They said that they did have my application, health and safety declaration and all of that sort of thing, and then they emailed me back about 5 minutes later saying, don't worry, we have got it, we will be in touch, and if you haven't heard anything by next week, then send another email and we'll see what we can do. So pretty good all in all. Shut up. So pretty good all in all, actually. That's damn good indeed. It's good to know that things are moving forward, and actually, yes, I do have a job there. So hopefully it'll all be good. We'll see what happens. We'll see what happens. Plans for today, there aren't actually that many. I feel like I'm going to be drumming at some point today and maybe getting back into making videos. I miss it. It's good fun, and now feels like a right time, even though it hasn't really been that much of a break that I said I was going to take. I'm fairly sure I uploaded the last episode of Plants vs Zombies about 2 weeks ago, almost exactly, so it hasn't really been that much of a break, but enough of a break for me to kind of work out what I want to do. So keep your eyes peeled for that. See you a bit later. Oh no, I have something that I was going to tell you. Right, I was out in Bromley the other day doing some shopping, and I've been trying to find a gadget for you, because obviously, as I'm sure you know now, I hold you on a tripod that I shut up, that I got on a in a Christmas cracker, right? And I've been looking around for something a little bit different, because, you know, if I just point you out in the mirror here, as you can see, we go blue because there's no light. Give it a moment. Lovely, that kind of changes the colour. I'll hold you on this tripod a bit with the drawstring out of the way. Not always, sometimes you dangle, but that's generally how I would hold you, and I'll turn you around like that, and you know, things are pretty good. Generally, I seem to be framed a little bit better as well. So this is how things happen for the moment. But I would like to change that, because this doesn't solve the problem of an achy arm if you're vlogging for a long time. And I'm looking for something akin to this, a monopod, basically, which, from what I can gather, is essentially just what we've got going on now, but it's only got one sort of telescopic leg, whereas you've got three and I've got to hold you there. This has got just the one. There we are, look, that's probably a better one just there. That's got the one leg, just like that, and it's extendable. So you would perch up on top here, and then this could extend, which means that if I can frame it just right, sort of basically I could kind of hold the pole down here. Is that even in shot? Nope. There we go. So I could hold the pod, like the end of the monopod, down here, and you could still be up there. So I can kind of walk along with you like that, with my arm down by my side, and it won't ache. And that'd be pretty cool. It'll also be great for, like, do you remember the other day when we was up in London? And I've gone blue, haven't I? When we was up in London and we had to, we saw that thing going on outside Buckingham Palace. No one could see what it was. If I'd have had the monopod then, you could have extended up, way up. That was the ceiling. You know, and you'd be able to see what was going on. So it'll also be useful for that. So I might look into buying one. I think that one there on Amazon's pretty good. It looks better than the first one I showed you, actually, and it's only going for £9. And I popped into Jessop's the other day and they were doing theirs for like 20. So things might be good. You know, I think the only thing about that monopod is it's got like an actual handle for like rotating things and stuff, which I don't know, might be useful. But I don't know if I need it. Really, what I'm looking for is just the telescopic element. I mean, actually, some of this one here, look at that, £115. This one for that. So, you know, it's going to take a bit of shopping. There's one here for 153. 274. I was also looking at getting a new camera at some point soon. I feel like you've had a very good run, this camera. It's been many years, actually. I kind of, when did I start vlogging? Was it 2011? I think it might have been. Just bear with me one moment. So my first vlog was from the 31st of December 2011 to the 3rd of January 2012, uploaded on the 6th of January 2012. So that's a long time ago that you've been here. 3 years. 3 years is a good length of time for a camera, and I think I may ask for a new one for Christmas, so that it probably will be maybe 4 years exactly that you'll have been my camera. I just think it's time for a new one. You know, it's been a long time. You are getting old. You know, the lens does get stuck every now and then still, and camera technology has advanced a little bit, and for how much this camera cost when it was bought, you know, you can get a hell of a lot more for the same price now. You know, you can get even better zoom, much higher quality HD. I mean, this thing, I think it doesn't take pictures in like the 1280 by 720 resolution, which would be perfect if it did, so that I could include some of those in vlogs and stuff, but it's either letterboxed or weirdly distorted if I put it in the video, which is a shame. So it's time, I think, to start looking at new cameras, and hopefully by Christmas there'll be something new. That's it, that's what I'll do for Christmas. New camera, monopod, new symbol for the drum kit, I reckon, or something like that. So, as I'm sure you all know, I record my LP videos on our computer, which is in the kitchen. And that, as you can probably tell right now, causes a little bit of echo. You know, it's a big old room with not a lot in it, so it echoes. So, who wants to see what I've done to try and soundproof the computer a little bit to try and make the videos a bit less echoey? Do you want to see? Well, you're going to anyway, you have no choice. Obviously, I've closed the door so that hopefully we don't get anything coming from outside. And I'm not going to lie, I had fun trying to put this together. It took me back to my younger days. Ready? Bam! It reminded me of building. I'm going to need to step back to get it all in. It reminded me of times when I would build forts and stuff. And then obviously if we just take a little look through the gates, here we have it. So here in the computer I've got some pillows right there, so that stops it rebounding off, my voice rebounding off of the back wall there behind the computer. Obviously I've got all these blankets around me, and it's really cool. And I've got like a towel on the desk as well, so if I bang the desk it doesn't ricochet up through the microphone all that much. But it's pretty cool. It's like being inside my own little world. It's all nice and closed in, and actually quite cosy. I'm going to enjoy recording LPs in here. Talking of which, I'm going to get on with that. I've got a plan of stuff to do now. So I'll see you in a little while. It's Friday, the 12th of September. I am in my den, which can only mean one thing. Let's make some more videos! I'm going to wrap things up for this vlog today. Kind of early, but I do need to get to editing and stuff more frequently these days because of me now working all day Saturdays again. Coming up over the weekend, well, I'm working tonight. Tomorrow I'm at my granddad's 90th birthday party, so that's going to be... it's going to be good. 90 is a big old age, isn't it? So that's where I'm going to be tomorrow, all day. And then Sunday, I'm assuming I'm working, but I won't know that until I get in tonight. So, with that all being said and done, I'll see you at some point next week. There's some stuff planned for next week, which should be quite fun. But I'm not going to say anything in case it doesn't happen, and also because it's a bit more fun that way. So I'll see you all later. And I know I look horrible at the moment, purely because I haven't showered or anything yet today. I'm going to go up and do that now, and you know, this is still bed hair and stuff. You know, when you just kind of feel really groggy, like you feel how you look. And that is definitely how I look. Got this here as well, just spotting it in the mirror, this bit of like fringe has kind of given up a bit. It's actually quite long. Shut up! It's actually quite long. But anyway, yes, bye bye.